You definitely want a copy of the emergency operations manual there so that obviously you will be under emergency proceedings that you can reference, who needs to do what. You want to have a copy of your policies and procedures over there just to, again, reference how to do things. An ICD-10 manual, any kind of if you have if you're under accreditation, so the accreditors rules, the conditions of participations, your state rules, and things like that. And of course, you want to have also just kind of a list of your contacts. So you want to have, for example, a list of as current as possible, your field staff, your office staff list, a list of your vendors and things like that. So that if let's say the internet is down, but you still have phone access, you can easily contact any of those people. Next thing, kind of category that you want to think about is going to be supplies, medical supplies that you would need to use in the course of treating patients. In an emergency where there's internet access is down, things like that, we might not be able to get Amazon delivery of medical supplies. Over the past 5 to 10 years, there's been a big change in the behavior of purchasing medical supplies for patients and things like that. A lot of people do medical supplies on Amazon, drop ship with Amazon, things like that. You still need some base supplies in your office and as consequence at the alternate operations location. So you really want to think about what are some common supplies that we constantly use, constantly give out to patients and are needed at every visit. So gloves, normal saline, gauze, things like that. Just the basic supplies. You want to have a couple blood sugar machines, stethoscope, anything to take vitals, just the basics, blood sugar checking, whatever. You want just a general set of the most commonly used supplies. You don't need to be a mobile medical supply company. Just have whatever you would have in your office, a smaller version of that, but at the home. The next section of things that should be at your alternate location are what do you really need to operate in terms of your electronics? So you're going to need to have at least 1 or 2 computers that can be dedicated for office work. You may never need to access this alternate operation site. Hopefully there's never going to be the kind of emergency that will deem your office inaccessible for long periods of time like that. But you do want to have 1 or 2 computers that you can dedicate to work during that time and nobody else will use them during that time.